Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome back. Hopefully, everybody enjoyed the day off yesterday due to the passing of Mr. Carter, President Carter. So, looks like we're back in action. We're going to talk a little bit of what to expect going on to a Friday. We know what we expect on the Fridays. We know what to expect on, going at the end of the week. But it is, I don't think that too many people want to weigh. Let me tell you, if this was like February or something like that, it would have been probably a lot worse because people go away on Wednesday. They have that day off on Thursday. They'll make a Friday, make a really long weekend out of it. But we just came back from that big holiday. So anyway, the market was closed yesterday. We just had some job reports that came out. They were not as good as they liked. Market took a very big hit. You could see on the watch list over here, we have a lot of bleeding going on. And you know what? Sometimes it feels good to get out of certain positions. I told you I took a little bit of a big hit from Monday to Tuesday. I came back, thought everyone was going to look pretty good going into a Monday. Things started rallying a little bit. It was basically the start of the new year. And sure enough, things didn't work out on Tuesday. So, now when I go back and you look at it, let me tell you, I would have took some major hits looking at some of the stocks if I still had them as of right now. Actually, the big one I want to talk about was the Rigetti stock. This stock was on a really big run up. And if you listen to the podcast that we did, we had a great podcast this week, by the way, between MJ and Bo. If you haven't watched the highlights of them, they're getting, there's a lot of people are watching them. Watch the highlights. And I think one of the highlights I did was about Rigetti. And let me tell you, that would really suck to own the stock. At 20 and you wake up and now it's down to like 10 or 950, which is now. And believe me, and I know that has happened to some of you, unfortunately. And there's some of you who are very thankful because you've been here and you've learned the trend is your friend. Sometimes you see what's happening over the course of the day and I got to get out of it. So there's a lot of bleeding going on. I got out of most of everything. I got out of my Palantir. I got out of my Bitcoin, IBIT. I got out of my Archer. And you could see a lot of them starting to bang down. I still own my CRK, and that one's look like holding pretty strong. I am still interested in the Costco trade, and I'm really focusing on the Lockheed Martin trade right here, coming up to some major support levels. I don't know if it's a little too late, but we'll see how this market trades. Usually when the market's like down, these stocks for some reason go up, and also pharmaceutical stocks, which is kind of weird. Anyway, and you got this one looks like it's trying to come back. Nuvo, which is the weight loss drug. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on them. A lot of them, we saw them. And let me tell you, we owned a lot of these at these prices. So a lot of them taking very good hits. So there's going to be some really good buying opportunities. Now, regarding also about the fires that are going on in California, first of all, my hearts and prayers for all those people out there. And, it's in a very fluent neighborhood. Those people got a lot of money over there. And, we always kind of hear these things happening in the woods and, not always the greatest areas, whatever it is. But this really hit home. And you're going to see a lot of changes going on because, listen, we went through it here in New York. We had Hurricane Sandy. We had 9/11. Some of you down in Florida, you could see how important it is to have good governorship. And you know what? Us as traders, unfortunately, these catastrophes do make opportunities. I did make a video on that, how to trade on that regarding the insurance. I talked about the lighting company. There's the link right there for some of you who didn't get it. So let me post that up in YouTube and on social media. Definitely watch this quick little video I did on it, explaining it. So basically, this one I was talking about is how the electrical companies, some of you remember Hawaiian electrical company, what happened in Hawaii, how these companies got hurt. This company right here, I'm not going to tell you the company, what it is. You got to watch the video, and then you'll know what stock to look at it. But all these things come, and you could short, you could find a good bottom fish, whatever it is. But the insurance companies might get hit. You could see that a lot of insurance companies did pull out. There's a lot of things going on. I don't want to get political here, but there's going to be options where you're going to be able to make some opportunities on it. Unfortunately, okay, not in a good way, but let me just tell you this. I wouldn't want to be long, something that a stock is going down, right? So if you know that there's something bad happening, this is your job. This is your money. You know what I mean? Like you saw, it's like everybody, I bring this up regarding what happened here with 9/11. Everyone loves, to be a fireman. I know so many firemen where I live. They really have a great job. You know what I mean? The benefits, the time off, the culture. It's just a great overall civil service job. It really is. They really take care of them. They eat, they party, they just have a good time, everything. Now, and everyone's like, I would love to be a fireman. It's great. I get a retirement. I can make a ton of money, this and that. But there comes a time when you got to actually go into the fire, right? And you see what these people are going through. And then you're like, could you imagine, like, oh, well, I wasn't signed. I didn't want to sign up for this. Well, that's what ends up happening. You know what I mean? So, it's like trading. You want to get into this job. You want to trade. Okay. And there are things that you're not going to like what you do, but it's your job because you don't want to be on the opposite side because they'll put you out of business. And that's the issue that I always kind of relate to any job. You know what I mean? So no jobs are rainbows and puppy dogs all the time. Okay. There are risks that are involved. It's not about getting fired. That's the easy part. The hard part is like, oh my God, I really actually have to do my job. And sometimes it's a lot more of a catastrophe than others. So trading's the same thing. Some of you remember this happened with us in the financial market, the .com market. So we all get affected by it. Maybe a little bit of what happened with COVID. So anyway, it's a challenge, but it makes you stronger. And that's why I've been doing this for 30 years. If you could survive a big catastrophe like that and be in a business like we've been doing it, you're actually doing a good job. But anyway, getting back to the people in California, I just hope everything works out for them. My concern is where the kids are going to go to school, where these people are going to live now, how they're going to go to work, how they're going to find contractors to build their homes. You know what I mean? Are they going to be able to, get the things that they, now they changed a lot of the laws, with gas and electric. Are they going to be able to get back what they want? It's going to be a really big fiasco over there. It really is. So we'll keep an eye on it, but we're going to keep an eye on certain stocks. So listen, just like we told you what happened with the drone stocks. We did well with the drone stocks. There's going to be some stocks that are going to come in. So as we see them and we see how they're going to get affected, we will share them in the room here in Cyber Group. So that's why you're going to be subscribed to the channel, like us, ring the bell, because we are going to be all over this thing. And like I told you, unfortunately, catastrophes make opportunities. That's our job. That's why we're here. You might not like some of the things that we do, but sometimes you don't have a choice. All right. Anyway, let's go through the watch list. Not a lot going on as of Friday. As of Wednesday, there were a couple of good stocks that did make some big moves. You had this one right here, the CURR, which was pretty awesome. Went from about $2.90 up to about $7. Really, really nice. Big move, up about 300%. Really good stock. That was not bad. We had another one in the middle of the day. For some of you who like to start in the middle of the day, this one worked out well for you, HOTH. This one ran from $1.20 to $2.50. Very cheap, nice, fast, did really well. Fubo, I told you, I'm keeping a very close eye on Fubo. Fubo is consolidating here. This is how you learn how to do a swing trade. I'm putting Fubo back on the watch list, okay? Now, this could start turning into a day trade. So a lot of good news came out with Fubo. They won a big lawsuit. Some of you look at the long-term effect of Fubo. Fubo has been around. It's been about an $80 stock or $70 stock. Let me just show you back here. Let me just show you what you got going on here. Fubo, you could see here, was all the way up to the 60s when it came out. They signed this big deal with Disney. So, that looks pretty good. And the CRX is obviously holding up pretty strong. Obviously that thing is not backing off. And these are things that you like when you watch trading into the market. You want to find things that have big pushes, that when you have a bad news that comes out that pretty strong, those are obviously going to be very strong. Which, by the way, that's more of a swing trade. So anyway, I'm going to put that on a watch list too, the CRK. Okay. Now, a couple of stocks going into this morning. So you had this XHG, which was a really good stock on Friday. I can say Friday, on Wednesday. Okay. So you could see that stock had a good move in the morning. That was another big mover. Went from like $1.30 all the way to a whopping $3. She's moving again today. All right. Let me go check on level 4 and see what we got going on. XHG. Let's look at the right of the chart. Just loading up the data here. All right, so as the data is loading up, you can see, okay, so we got some orders out here around $2, a buck 80. There was this big order of 140 got filled, so that's not bad. Let me stretch out a little bit further. If you could break the two, it looks like we got three. And if we look over here, there's the resistance at three. Here's the resistance at two. So it looks pretty strong. XHG. Now, this is what I do not trust about it for all you students here. We cover this in phase 3 this week. The only thing I really don't like about this stock is it had a big run up, went to 3, and came all the way back down to $1. So don't look at this stock as oh, maybe it'll come back. Listen, we saw this stock back on this day. Back on September 30th, this thing did run from $5 to $60. It's one of those big runners ups that we did catch on. So, this stock has a really, really big short squeeze. So it does trade as a short squeeze, so be very careful of that one. Detail, okay, so this one also just came out a little bit of nowhere, had a good pop, went to 8, came back down to 6. Spread looks a little big. DTIL, let me bring up the level 4. DTIL, let me see what the orders look like out there. All right, so we got some pretty decent orders out there. Volume just started picking up right now, but it's got a lot of orders, about $7.50 and $8. I see some orders out there. So where's that? There's $7.50, right? Here's 8. Yeah, that was previous highs. Yeah, those orders are still out there. It's not a lot, like 9,000, whatever it is, but we'll put this on the B list. It looks like a category 4. You see the tier size are very, very thin, a lot of hundreds. Be very careful of that one. This one right here started trending down a little bit. Started going down, had a big pop early in the morning, starting to go down. This stock was a $100 stock at the beginning of this year. Oh my God, this thing got crushed. Vision Marine. We'll put it on the watch list. You know what? Sometimes these stocks, they'll trade like this, and then all of a sudden the market opens up, and then all of a sudden you get people change of heart out there, and they'll start moving. Here's another stock up 39%. I like the spread, but it's not really going anywhere. It's kind of flat right here. It's kind of like just channeling 22 million shares. It's pharmaceutical stock. And this, another stock that's been moving up pretty nicely, but it's been more of a swing trade, looks like. Holo, big move after hours. Holding here pretty strong. Some of you remember this stock. We traded back in December. It ran from $1, ran to almost $10, came back down. Looks like she's moving again. HOLO. Let me go check on level 4. So we got on level 4, see where the high frequency trades are. All right, looks like we got some big orders hovering here. We got a 3-layer cake going on right now. We got ones at 3, 350, and 4. Okay, the real thicker ones more at 3. So that's around here. That's from Wednesday's close. So that one's not bad. All right, what do we got here? 26%. Don't really like the trend of that one either. This one's been trending down. This one built a nice little Fausto flag. Decent volume of 23%, maybe. BKYI. We'll put this on the B list. Zcar. Remember this one? Looks like there are a lot of reverse stock splits and stuff like that. Big order out here on Archipelago for 26,000. 6 million shares. Let's put Zcar in there. We traded Zcar before. I like that one. Some of you remember. Okay, this one just shot up and came crashing down. The stock has been pretty volatile right here for a cheap little stock. All right, the list is starting to get a little bit long here. This one, Walgreens is starting to move. What's going on, Walgreens? Hey, long time no see, Walgreens. Guess news came out pretty decent on it. Nice little move. Oh, there's the news on it, Walgreens. Boosted line shares. Trading high after the company reported a better than expected first quarter financial report. Wow, so it was earnings about. Okay. I got earnings going on this time of the season. Listen, earnings go, it's not always, stocks always don't trade earnings season. Sometimes they trade on their own merit when they feel like it. Losers, any good crushes out here? Wow, this is down 67%. Must be a pharmaceutical stock. Doesn't look like it's coming back. We know why XXII went up. That was a shoot up and came crashing down. That was another one on Wednesday that did really well. This one gapped up. This is gone. This is on the loser. We know why that's a loser. Boyle on the big move. Man, Boyle's been moving up pretty nicely. I hate that stock. You probably hear me say that all the time. What else we got going on over here? Okay, he's at 7%. Mercury General. This one took a big hit and just trying to make a little bit of a slingshot. So what happens, boils up, KOLD is the opposite that goes down. All right. Fubo, you can see it's on the big volume list right there. All right, guys. So we got a pretty big list here on Friday. But I don't like to get too cocky. Remember, let's just try to make our days pay. Let's work on on the short things. Don't try to hit the home runs. It's all about being in the right place at the right time. Market's going to be opening up in 13 minutes, 12 minutes actually, to be exact. Let's get ready for the market opened up. If you're watching on social media, everybody, Wolf, you want me to check out that one on YouTube? Somebody on YouTube said me check on that one. I'll check that out for you. No problem. Give me a second. Wolf. Yeah, Wolf is kind of flat. It's not going anywhere. We were trading that stock for a while, and I would probably pass on that. There's not really. It's got a good support level right here. Looks like there's some big buyers. Volume's at 3,000. Won't know anything until the market opens up. All right, guys. So let's get ready for the market to open up. We got less than a little bit more than 10 minutes. If you're new here from Cyber Trading University, all right, and you joined us from and registered, make sure you talk to education advisor. Like I told you before, don't buy anything. Your thing here is just to watch how we tell everybody what's moving, and you see how the students and the traders in the room think for themselves. If you're watching on social media or you're watching a recording, you can always join us. Take your phone, scan the QR code, and we're here all day long monitoring. So instead of just joining us here in the morning and the afternoon, you can come listen to us all day with me, Josh, Rich, and all the other instructors at Cyber Trading University, and the hundreds of traders are in our room. All right, guys? Good luck, everybody. If I don't see you in the afternoon, enjoy your weekend. We'll see you right here first thing on Monday morning. All right, guys? Good luck. Happy trading, and trade safe as always. Happy trading.